Chapter 7. People, Cheshire says quietly. I snap my gaze down at the warning. I've never seen such giant trees before. The awe has me gawking like a tourist, which is fine when no one's around, though maybe I should be more aware not to. I wish I had my glasses to see how high they really go. The tops are a blur, patches of sky are few, enough to light up the forest a bit, but this place must get really dark at night. Each tree looks like it's as round as a small house. There's been more people along the road since we entered the giant brownish red bark tree forest. Cheshire explained that there's 5 villages within these vast woods. That's where their hope lies, that one of the villages will have a homegrown portal we can use. A small butterfly flies by my ear. A small butterfly flies by my ear to land on Titan's lifting, outreached hand. Looking for a ride? We're going to the violet butterfly. I look closer at the I look closer at the butterfly in hand. It doesn't move like a butterfly. Its wings faces are facing me, not the sky. It turns around, and I see a blur of figurine-sized person attached to the yellow wings. Cheshire waves, so I copy, seeing a blur of a small arm waving back at me. I wish I had my glasses. This would be so much cooler with my glasses and seeing clearly. Shortly we come upon the end of the road to one particular giant tree with lights and colors going up it. Shortly we come upon the end of the road to one particular giant tree with lights and colors going up it. This is it, I feel it. Carved into the wood are windows, some lit up while others are dark. They wrap around the tree in a spiral. Some line up with a freestanding staircase, while others set in the middle of the ribbon-like lines. The colors are giant fairy wings open in the windows. The Violet Butterfly Tavern has a large set of violet carved butterfly wings tacked near the doorway. That must be where the name comes from. Do they paint that form different colors when the nickname is becoming too much of a name? I remember someone mentioning it was the yellow butterfly not long ago. Our little fairy friend flies off once Potato parks the cart off to the side. There aren't many carts here, not for the amount of people I see and hear, but there are some animals tied to posts and paths that lead off in many directions. Maybe there's a village nearby, something within walking distance. Or, I guess, the flying fairies could come from far away without need for any ride. Only knowing the fairies without wings, and with tiny butterfly fairies making sense, it's striking to see such giant wings. We leave the cart to follow a walking path made from many sizes of flattened rocks. Advice flies through my head. Just copy those around me. Copy their behaviors and mannerisms and speech. Stay close to my escorts. Don't go off alone. We don't tip. The exchange is agreed... The exchange is agreed upon. The exchange is the agreed upon exchange, so there's no tipping in the fairy realm. No random gifts No random gifts either. It's rude to randomly give a gift to someone, as they are expected to give something back. The entrance has a patch of colorful flowers on either side of the path, directly near the doorway. Potato ducks to enter, though she doesn't appear like she would really need to. It might be out of an abundance of caution. I walk normally because I fit through the right triangular doorway with good clearance. Lights dangle from the ceiling around a semicircle bar top. People sit at the stools there. People sit at the stools there or at round tables around the rest of the hollowed-out room. Some are standing at taller round tables. A sharp yell behind me whips my body around on instinct. Titan lands to sit on the floor, propped up by Cheshire at his back, his hands holding his face. "Are you okay?" I ask. The obvious answer is negative for the situation. Did he just smash his face at the top of the entrance? "Why didn't you duck?" Cheshire asked sharply. Through the laughter of some of the other patrons, Titan Through the laughter of some of the other patrons, Titan throws his hand out to gesture at me. She walked right through it! How many times have you been here and you've always had to duck? Cheshire chastises. Titan says something that I can't make out. I don't know if he's speaking English or not. Cheshire answers in clear common. She's 2 heads shorter than you. Of course she can walk right through it. A hand pulls my hair forward from behind as the arm follows through to rest on my shoulders. Potato is on my other side. I go to readjust my hair comfortably behind my ear when my hand stops. I drop it to my side. That's what she was doing. My hair uncovered my ear. Titan likely lost the glamour in his imagery. A woman quickly flutters around us and over to check on Titan. I look around to see if anyone is looking at me. This would be the perfect moment to see if anyone saw my ear. Everyone's attention should be on Titan or back to whatever they were doing. If they're looking at me, we have a problem. From my position, I can reasonably see 6 tables and half of a couple others. My eyes are drawn first to the couple standing right of the door. Their base skin color is a deep sepia brown. Their glimmer isn't shining in the darker part of the room. Both are watching Titan and his situation. I skip my eyes along. No one's paying attention to me, but another realization collects. I feel dumb for not even thinking that there would be fairies of all sorts of different earth cultures. I'm sure there have to be fairy stories from all sorts of blah blah blah. Some tea. I'm sure there have to be fairy stories from all cultures around the world, so why wouldn't there be fairies of all different cultures here? The bikers seem very white North American. The village was German European, and here at the crossroads of 5 villages is multicultural. Fairies of different cultures, different sizes, and with wings or not. Looks like you were the unfortunate soul today. A deep voice carries from outside. I'm guessing my drinks for 21 aren't ready? They're ready. The woman helping Titan switches gears. Let's scoot you to the side. She stands up and walks back to the inside of the bar. She picks up a basket and brings it to the arm reaching inside. Is a low number table available for our injured friend here? One's taken, but I think a couple after that are available. We were actually looking to dine in here. We were looking forward to your company. Cheshire reveals indirectly that we wanted to talk with her. She must be T. Can you get whipped to manage back... Blah, blah, blah. Can you get whipped to manage backup... Can you get whipped to manage backup for an in-to-up transfer? She asks the fairy outside. She turns around to address the other patrons. We have an injury which needs attending to, and it's an open bleeding cut. Due to sanitary reasons, we are transferring all patrons up. You will receive 1 suite each in exchange for the inconvenience. The dozen or so people in the place pack their things into baskets and leave. 5 butterfly fairies fly out from the small seating tower left as a bar. T and Cheshire bring Titan to the bar entrance to sit on the floor. She brings out a carved wooden box, which opens up to be a first aid kit. Cheshire takes over to patch up the cut on Titan's head. I start to feel bad. Things are settling, so feelings are coming back. He's hurt because of me. He was concentrating on the glamour and concentrating on me so much that he forgot to duck. T runs around preparing a few items and placing them in baskets for the food runners to bring to the people. She takes them to the open doorway. She pulls a cloth to cover the bottom half of the entrance as a sign not to enter. I jump as something hits and reverberates in a metallic tin. It's paper attached to the rock. A hand comes into view from the opening in the back of the bar wall and takes it into hiding. A wooden bowl is shoved into view from the same hole. It must be the kitchen and an ordering system from up. T runs around and gets a few things sent off and settled. Titan feels well enough to rise up to a chair at the bar. Are you okay? I ask. Getting there, he props his head up on 2 bridged hands. T finally stops when she places a cup and a caramel-looking square in front of Titan, in exchange for my door entering your head. Accepted. T immediately locks her brown eyes on me. Who's your friend? She's Frankie's kid. Potato lies smoothly. You may call me T, like a soothing cup of tea. She smiles warmly. Her round, wooden-framed glasses pick up slightly with the rise in her cheeks. Should I choose what to call you, or do you have a name picked for me? Sparkles, Cheshire announces. Blondie. Potato insists. Either is fine or something else if you choose, I tell her. I don't mind as long as I know what to answer to, and they don't know my real name. T looks at Potato while... Blah, blah. T looks at Potato with a searching look. Potato starts. Say, do you know of any gateways anyone might be willing to let us use to get to the other side? I know it's a big ask, even bigger because we're looking for somewhere close to where ours led. One of ours was on the other side when a forest fire took out our whole portal, but it's been too long and he hasn't returned, so we're trying to go look for him. I understand that's terrible, but you know very well no one reveals where their portals are, not even to me. No one's going to help you without a steep price. Why don't you just put a request in with the Troll Hill City portals? That should get you exactly where you need to go, T suggests. You know how much I love the Royal City, but we were hoping to go over discreetly, the sooner the better. AKA without alerting people to my being here, and they can't tell T that. But, and blah blah. AKA without alerting people to my being here, but they can't tell T that. I can check around, but it's unlikely. Potato nods. There's a pause. T looks sweetly at me. I smile in return. I think we're ready to make an exchange now. Potato brings the attention back to her. We're looking to indulge an other side menu tonight. I was wondering if we could get 4 of the TV dinners in exchange for 20 gold. T looks on in mock surprise. Not even gonna haggle the price down? I know it's a dwindling stock and you won't be able to replenish with the war going on, Potato explains. And one other question, is it strictly from the other side? Like you just warm it in the microwave? Or do you add anything to it? She technically asks 2 questions. T offers, I can add something to it if you want. No. We were hoping for an authentic experience, just straight other side food. No, nothing added to it. Do you have any allergies I need to know about? T looks directly at me. No, I say, I don't want to be difficult. She's lactose intolerant, Potato says. Just a little, like I can have a glass of milk or cereal with milk, but not both at the same meal, I explain. I don't want to be difficult about it, I'm usually fine. I'll avoid the mac and cheese one then, just to be on the safe side. I nod at the offer, even though I do like mac and cheese. Packaged stuff has never bothered my stomach before, only when I've had a bunch from scratch. We got enough for drinks? Cheshire asked Potatoes. Other side experience, right? I'll get you some sodas included with the meals and the original 20 gold offered. Anything else? T asks. No, it's a deal, Potato finalizes. T goes through a vine-adorned doorway. I look around when no one seems to be willing to start a conversation. A wall of bottles of all sorts of shapes and sizes are in front of me. I squint to try to read what's written on their labels, but I can't see clearly enough. The bar top has a wooden cutlery and wide vase-like cups. I notice the same on every tabletop. Something green and circular hangs on the wall. Hooks hang plants from the ceiling and the odd lighted lantern. The wall looks ribbed in places, like they carved columns into the wall. Carved and painted flowers run up and down. It's just as warm in here as outside, but not as humid. You have a story, T says as she places a can of unopened pop in front of me. She continues to drop off cups of liquid for everyone else. I catch myself before apologizing and smoothly swap out the word for what? You have a story inside of you. A lot of us do. Some are worth telling and some aren't. Some are more interesting than others, and I feel like yours is particularly interesting. A T for any story you're willing to tell me? She swipes her brown, loose curls behind her ear. No deal. Her stories are staying with her. Potato's words are laced with a warning. Don't say anything. Well, now I'm doubly interested. T smirks. T, this one... T, this is one story you can't know, Potato elaborates. I'm originally from the area you would know of as Greece. My family came to this side when I was about 6 years your side time. T explains. My stomach drops. She's not... There's no one here who cares. T sweeps her hand to show the empty room. She can keep her secret safe. I'm just interested in the story. She already knows. She figured it out. Probably when Titan stopped glamoring me. She must have seen my ear. I look to Potato for help. I don't want to describe it wrong and get anyone in trouble. She rescued me on the other side. I had crashed my bike and twisted my ankle. She helped me get home. Unfortunately, a wildfire destroyed the way back before we could return her, and in order to get her home as quick as possible, we were hoping to find somewhere close to here, she says. No, your best chance is go straight to the royal city. Have someone go through officially, find the portal, and get her close to home. No, your best chance is go straight to the royal city. Have someone go through officially to find the portal that gets her close to home. Sneak her in and run her through. All other options waste her time. You've already wasted her time by coming here and not going straight to the Troll Hill portals. There's a slight admonishment in her tone. We weighed safety in our decision, Potato explains. On the off hope someone would be willing to let you use a portal? You know how protective fairies are of their portals. Would you let anyone know where yours was, let alone use it? No, Potato admits. You can't risk gallivanting all over our side with a human. She's not human, she has foresight, Potato offers. This goes back to the illegal adjacent versus illegal argument. You know that many fairies would still consider her human with that. Worse, that she's sickly or sickly descendant, T says. What's sickly, I ask. Fairies born without glamour. Fairies born without glimmer are sickly. Worse, if they are also born with round ears. At one point, we used to take them to the other side to live with the humans. After that option closed, Cheshire trails off. So, a splash of biodiversity and you decide to banish or exterminate them? I clarify. Cheshire bursts out with laughter as he immediately tries to quell and hide a look from Potato. This might be one of the topics Potato would have wished stayed unknown. Stop that! Potato scolds me. You're just a child. You've learned nothing here. You know nothing that could bring harm to us. Nothing that could endanger us with the council. You're just a child. Stop thinking or it's going to get you killed. I feel bad now. T puts her hands up to calm the argument. I'm telling you with all my kept secrets, I don't know anything that could help. I don't know anyone who has access to mushroom spores. I don't know of anyone's portal location, nor do I know of anyone who might be willing to let another use theirs. Never mind smuggling her through. Another woman comes out the back. I might have someone I could ask. Would Ireland be too far? My head sticks a moment on the only accented word in the sentence. Ireland. Green hair, red eyes. Nope. Ireland. Green eyes, red hair, and she's from Ireland. Blah, 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 blah. Green eyes, red hair. She's from Ireland. I mean, there's no plane running. That would be the first issue that pulls to mind. But it would get you to the other side, Titan says, and each day would be one day, not a whole month. We'd still escort you all the way home. How? I asked on instinct. Titan shrugs. That would be a problem for the other side. And how would you get home after, I ask? He shrugs again. A problem for another day. Okay. He's too nonchalant in this, but Potato seems to not want to input anything at the moment. In exchange for asking whatever comes subsequently, I want you to answer T's question. Tell her any story you would like to tell. Deal? The Irish fairy asks. Any story? Potato asks blah, blah, blah. Potato asks nonsensical now. She could tell you about a cat she once owned and that would satisfy the deal? Yes, T answers. Any story, even mundane ones. Yes, however, I would hope the story matches the same level of my part in this exchange. Her green eyes stare deeply, unsettlingly into mine. Deal, I say. Wait. Potato calls out to me. She squishes her lips towards each other. No, it's okay. She nods as she looks down at the floor. She focuses back on me. Tell her something, but nothing anyone could use against you or us. It suddenly feels like one of those dumb icebreakers teachers force on us every year in first class. But all eyes are on me with no preparation. I never had any pets for long, so that's not much of a story to tell. Is there anything you'd want to know about? I ask. You don't have to, but a few days ago, fairies started reporting chaos on the other side. Some calling it a reset, another war, but Supernatural's out and about. T wants to know about the war. Yeah, I guess with the time difference, that would only be a week ago for you. It's been months for me. Nothing with the council or James. Nothing that could cause harm. Okay. I was at school when it started. I didn't know supernaturals existed. I thought I was human. Something was happening. They told all the students to go home. Someone thought it was a bomb threat, so I went home and napped and waited there, and my family never made it back. So I went to find others. Grandma's didn't work out. There was a gang there that had killed everyone home before I had got there. I ended up going back to my house and started searching for my sister, who wasn't at Grandma's at the time. I ended up finding her in Banff, and we stayed there until after the spring hit. Then we moved on to another city. I found a bit of a mixed human supernatural community to stay in. My dad ended up finding me there and took me back to the Okanagan with him, where things didn't work out, and I started going back home when I came upon Potato, and you know the rest. T smiles through her intent listening. I have so many questions, she announces. No, Potato stops. That was a story. There was no exchange for details and questions. Another exchange then? T asks me. No, Potato firmly denies. I don't say anything. I don't want to anger Potato, but I also don't mind answering some questions, but I feel like I shouldn't, just in case I mess up. What about 3 questions in exchange for 1 discreet jewelry piece with an illusion crystal in it, so that the next time the barbarian runs into a door, she doesn't lose the glamour? No, no more questions. Potato puts a finality to it. T turns to her friend. Go see if her contact will allow them to use the portal to go to Ireland. Be discreet. I'll be back in a quarter or so, she announces. Get someone for backup in the kitchen before you leave. T puts her hand on the woman's arm just before she goes. Barbarian, are you able to get her glamour back up so I can get patrons back in here? Titan looks over to me, concentrating to put the spell back in place. We'll move you all to a table so you can act naturally. Do you know that guards come in here all the time, uniformed and ununiformed? Don't slip up again, or the next time someone shimmers her, less is more. She looks like a kid who's using shimmer for the first time, which is not the attention you want brought to her, T advises. I am a kid using shimmer for the first time.